Bookworm family, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, go ahead, hit the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell because I am currently doing this book club for kids and I want you guys to know when your session is up. And if you are not notified, you wouldn't know that. And if you're not already following me on Instagram, please be sure to do that. It is at @the_dancing_bookworm. I post full reviews and content on there as well. So guys, if you have not already watched the video before this, which is the reading club information for grades K through 12, I want you to pause this video. You're going to pause it, you're going to go down below, you're going to click the link, or you're going to click the link that's on the screen right now. Go watch that video so you know what's going on, because if you don't know what's going on, you're going to be really confused as to what we're talking about right now, okay? So if you have already watched that video, then you know that we are reading together Inside Out and Back Again by Thon Ha Lei. So this book is about a girl who is named Ha, and she is born in Saigon during the Vietnam War, which Saigon is in Vietnam. So basically, Saigon is under war right now, and the war is getting closer and closer and closer to her home. And Ha loves her home. She thinks it's a beautiful place. She has a beautiful papaya tree. She has all of her friends, her family, everything she knows is in Saigon. However, the war is getting too close for safety, and Saigon is at risk of being gone forever. So in order to escape safely, her mom, her brothers, and her uncle all need to board a boat to go to the United States. When Ha gets to the United States, she is not welcomed. People really dislike her because of where she's from, which is super sad. And she ends up getting really, really angry and miserable and just really struggling to overcome all the things that she needs to overcome with this move and these changes in her life. So I have already read the first part of the book, but you guys did not need to read the first part of the book yet. We're going to just talk about some things we think are going to happen in the book. But the first thing I want to talk about is the word overcome. So I just said she's really working hard to overcome these things that are going on in her life. So overcome is defined as success in dealing with a problem or a difficult obstacle. So my example I have written here is, I can tell Linda has overcome her leg injury because she is much happier and walks without a cane now. So sometimes when you get an injury or when something bad happens, you have to work really hard, and sometimes you're thinking it's going to be impossible. It's going to be impossible for this to be fixed. And then you do it, and that's overcoming a situation, a difficult situation. So what I want you guys to think about right now, and you guys can think out loud, you can talk it over with your parents, you can comment down below. This isn't part of our pre-reading questions, just something I want you to think about is there a time that you've had to overcome something? So I'll give you guys an example of me. So kind of like our example with Linda, a couple years ago I had triple knee surgery. So basically I had worn my knee completely away. And the doctor said, I don't know if there's anything we're going to be able to do. You might never be able to dance again. If you guys know me, I'm a dance teacher, so that's crazy talk. Like, I couldn't imagine not dancing again. But not only that, I had doctors telling me I may never be able to walk normal again. I might always have a limp or have to walk with a cane. That was super scary. So anyway, after my knee surgery, they've really thought nothing good was going to come from it. They saw the worst possible case with my knee. But I found a good physical therapist, and I said, my goal is to be able to dance again. Maybe not like I used to, but I want to dance again. And she said, okay, let's overcome this together. So I went weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, and I cried, and I got mad, and I yelled, and I was grumpy at everyone. But eventually, I was able to walk. Eventually, I was able to take stairs. Eventually, I was able to jump up and down. Eventually, I was able to dance. And I overcame that situation with the help of a great support system. So I want you guys to tell me of a time. You don't have to tell me. You can just think it out loud. Or you can think it in your head or whatever. But if you want to tell me, feel free to in the comments down below. But I want you guys to really think about a time that you had to overcome something. Maybe it was an injury. Maybe it was a school subject. Maybe it was someone that you didn't get along with. You know, think of something that you had to overcome. So we're going to jump into our pre-reading questions. Our first question is, what do you think Ha will like most about living in the USA? Now, we talked about Ha does not want to move to the US. She loves Saigon. So we want to talk about something that you would be like, Ha, the US is not that bad. Let's go be excited about blank, blank, blank. Or let's go check out blank, 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 and you'll love it here, okay? So I think the standard answer here is the Statue of Liberty, right? That's something cool, unique that we have that kind of expresses our freedom. However, that's not everybody's like go-to thing that they think of. So one of the things that I think Ha would like about living in the United States is that there are so many different people here, you know? We don't have like, and I'm not saying other countries do where everybody looks the same or anything like that, but I'm just saying we have so many opportunities to be different here. So there are some countries that don't allow women to be doctors. There are some countries that don't allow, girls to go to school or stuff like that. So I think one of the best things about our country is that we get those opportunities and we can be whoever we want to be here. So girls, if you want to be a doctor, be a doctor. Boys, if you want to be a ballerina, be a ballerina. There are no limits to what we can do in our country. You can be whatever you want to be. And I think that's probably one of the coolest things about our country. So what did you guys write for that answer? It could be someplace that you go. It could be someplace that you see. If you guys haven't answered these questions yet, also please feel free to pause this video. Go ahead and answer them ahead of time and then jump back in, okay? I don't want you to feel like you're missing out by not answering the questions, okay? So question number 2, I have, this book is written in verse. So let me show you guys in case you didn't see the first video, which if you didn't, go back and watch it. But this book is written in verse. So it's kind of got this poetic format about it, right? So have you ever read a book in verse before? And did you like the experience or did you not like the experience? So I have read many books in verse before. And one of the main ones that I think of that's a good one for your guys' age is The One and Only Ivan. So that's by Katherine Applegate, and it's about a gorilla. And that one's a really cool book. Gorilla? Ape? He was a monkey of time. But anyways, that was a really good book, and I really, really enjoyed reading verse because it felt like it fit the character. Now, I think as long as the verse fits the character, I'll enjoy it. I think this book fits Ha's personality. She's a little kind of rambunctious, a little wild. Maybe writing long paragraphs would be hard for her. So I think it's a good kind of character development to see that she writes short little stanzas as she goes. Where a character who has a little bit more patience, if they were writing in stanzas, it'd probably have to be pretty poetic and well thought out and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think as long as there's a character aspect behind it, I think it's really cool to write in verse. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that as long as it fits the character, writing in verse is cool? Would you rather just read normal chapters? What do you think about verse writing? So that's what I want to know in that question. And the last thing I asked you guys to do is to draw a picture of a country you would like to visit and include their flag. So this is a country that you'd want to visit or move to. So really cool. I know somebody who recently went to Thailand, and she showed me some pictures of when she was in Thailand of her feeding and washing elephants, and I was like, I want to do that. So I chose Thailand. Now, don't make fun of my drawing. I'm not an artist, but I chose Thailand. So I've got my water because Thailand is surrounded by water. I've got my sandy beach with a nice sunshine and the palm trees and my little elephant. And then I also drew the Thailand flag as a part of my drawing. So if you guys did this question and you drew a country that you want to go to, I want to see those pictures. So please, please, please comment those pictures down below. Send them to me through some form of social media. I really want to see what you guys came up with, okay? And so let's just chat really quick. So Ha has to move, and moving is difficult. So when we see Ha go on a very scary and intense journey, like moving, it can make us nervous about moving, right? So if we ever have to move, maybe you guys have already moved in the past and you didn't think it was too bad, or maybe it was the worst experience of your life. When you guys move, it can be either scary, it can be exciting, it can be anything. Feelings are feelings, all right? But I want you guys to talk with your parents, and if your parents aren't around, you can talk to your babysitter, your daycare, whoever, somebody older than you about a time that they had to move and what they enjoyed and didn't enjoy about it. So this is just kind of something that you can talk out with them. You don't have to write it down, but I just kind of want you guys to see most adults in their lives have moved at least once, okay? And I want you guys to really chat about what they really enjoyed about moving and what they didn't enjoy about moving. So I actually just moved this past weekend, and I can say that the thing that I disliked about moving is when you move, especially with a family as big as mine. I live in a family of 7 people. So when you move with a family as big as mine, some things get lost while you're moving, and you have to go through the whole house and try to find the things that you lost so that you can set up your room. Now, I'm lucky because I only had to set up a bedroom, but a lot of people move and they have to set up an entire house. You know, I only have a bedroom where I live, and the rest of my family kind of set up the rest of the house. But it's really, really hard to find all your stuff, and that's something that I really don't like about moving. But the thing that I do like about moving is that I got to create an entire new space. So sometimes I get sick of looking at my room, like when I've been there for too long, and I want to change it up, but sometimes I'm like, changing it up seems like a lot of work. I don't really want to do it. So moving gave me an opportunity to really change it up. I have a whole Harry Potter thing over here. I'm surrounded by books everywhere I look. There's books and dance stuff, and it's just really exciting. So those are the things that I liked and did not like about moving. So I want you guys to talk it out with somebody older than you, kind of see their thoughts on it. And if you've moved, you can also tell them how it made you feel too. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over our questions for the next time. So for the next time we meet, which is going to be next Wednesday, and I'm going to do my best to post the video by 6 o'clock, we are going to read the first section of Inside Out and Back Again. So this is actually split into parts. However, we're going to go a little bit past part 2 just to make sure that we can read this whole thing in 2 weeks. So we're going to get to page 90. Now, I know 90 seems like a lot of pages for a week. However, with it being written in verse, it kind of equals like 50 pages. If you crammed all these words together, it'd only be like 50 pages. So it's not too bad, okay, guys? So we're going to go with up to page 90, and we're going to start with the question. So they're celebrating a holiday in the very beginning of the book called Tet. And I want to know, what 2 things did they eat on Tet for good luck? So, that should be right away. You guys should have the answer to that question. My next question is, what is coming close to Ha's home? So in one of the verses, she talks about, this is coming close to us. What is coming close to us is what I want to know. What kind of tree does Ha grow? Where is Ha's father? So the next question is, what does Uncle Sun want Ha's family to do? What happened to Saigon? What snack would be the hardest for you to give up? So in this, it talks about how Ha doesn't have a lot of food on the boat. So what's a snack that you would have a really hard time not being able to eat if you were on a boat for a long, long time? So I don't want to give mine away yet, but I can think of a lot of things that would be really hard for me to give up. I like snacks. Why do you think Ha gave up her doll when paying respects to Brother Koi's chick? All right, and then the last thing I want you guys to do is our activity. So we're going to go to page 21 in the book, and this poem is called 2 More Papayas. So in this poem, she's talking about kind of how her papayas look, how they feel, how they smell, how they taste. So we're going to write a verse poem similar to this, so use page 21 as your example. I want you guys to write about a fruit you like. So you're going to use your 5 senses. What does the fruit look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? Does it sound like anything? Maybe it falls from the tree and makes a sound. Maybe when you mix it up, it makes a sound. And what does it feel like, okay? So I want you guys to go through those 5 senses, scramble them up however you want to, and write a verse poem for me, okay? And that's going to be your next section questions. So those will be linked down below like they were last time so that you have them all at access to you. Also, feel free to pause the screen, take a picture of them if you need to. But yeah, pretty much I'm excited for you guys to read this first section of the book. I read it today, read up to page 90, and it is really, really, really good. So I'm excited for you guys to take part in this readathon, and let me know, comment your answers, send me your poems and your drawings and anything you do related to this book. I want to be a part of it too, so send it all to me, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one.
Wasn't that a great video? Clearly books make me very happy. Now you can make me happy too. Click the subscribe button to follow my channel. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you think I did good. And the notification bell will let you know when I post new content. Also, follow my Instagram for more book shenanigans.